One of the biggest challenges of being a leader in today's information society is that we have so much stuff coming at us, so many things to think about, that we just get paralyzed with not knowing how to sort through all of this, what's important, what's not important. And we're going to invite you to really take a good look at this resource by David Allen. He wrote a book called Getting Things Done. And I remember when I first picked up the book and I saw this opening quote somewhere in the beginning of the book. There's usually an inverse proportion between how much something is on your mind and how much is getting done. Oh my goodness, is that ever true? Because it's what David Allen points out is that our brain is meant to create and have ideas. It's not supposed to hold them all. And if all of our effort and energy is just trying to keep in mind all the things that we're supposed to be doing, that's where our energy is going to be ending up being used. And instead, we need to be thinking about creative things and about doing things and accomplishing things. But if our whole energy is just on like, what do I make sure I don't miss here? You can end up being exhausted mentally and not actually accomplishing very much. So, boy, we need help with this one. So, John, help us understand what to do now with all this stuff.
Right. Well, we all have stuff, right? And some people have more stuff than others. So whether little or a lot, you have to process it. So here's the process recommended by Allen. It starts with deciding if the stuff is something that actually needs to be worked on or not. Okay, so that's the first decision. If no, then we have to decide if we trash it or just keep it in reference for another day. If yes, then we move on to the next decision. That decision is it something I can take care of in 2 minutes? If yes, then we do it now. Take care of it right away. If no, then we move on to the next step. You need to get it onto your calendar. This is the key for getting your stuff out of your head and onto something that can contain it and bring it back at the right time. As Dan was just saying, you can't just keep everything in your head. You got to get it out and put it on something or into something that contains all that. For many, that's our calendar. Now, when we place it in our calendar, there is another decision we can make that can help us place it appropriately and strategically. That decision is, should I delegate it or make it a project? If you choose to delegate it, that action should still go on your calendar because delegating takes time to do it well, right? You've already decided this isn't something you can do in 2 minutes or less. So even though you're going to pass it on to someone, decide when you will do that and how you will do it well. You know how it feels when someone comes in and just throws something on your desk and doesn't take the time to explain it or prepare you for it? That's why this goes on your calendar. Now, when you decide to designate stuff into a project, there is another tool that actually can be very helpful for you, because just to say, okay, this is going to become a project and put it on the shelf never gets done. You put it on a calendar, okay, I'm going to deal with this project that day. Now let us show you a way to deal with it.
So there's a free tool called Xmind, and you can get it at the website xmind.net. And it is a very helpful and free tool, which we use all the time in Crest, actually. So here is an example of what a picture of an idea would look like. And we're just going to use Crest as this example. So you see, you can take a piece of paper, and it's best if you put the piece of paper horizontal so that it looks more like a picture and not like a page of writing. You put the main theme in the middle. And you can see that around there are these curved lines just going to the different things. At Crest, there's a number of things. We have relaxation. We meet for our face-to-face in a good, beautiful place. We have good food, outdoor walks, time for reflection. And then we have cohorts, and we talk about the bonding and the communication that goes on with them. We have encounters, or if it's an online course like this, what is it like, and what's the homework about, and how do I do this with my spouse, and what about travel? If I'm going to the face-to-face encounters, what do I need to do with that? How does this integrate with my job? And how do I just have fun doing all this? You can see that there's all of these aspects that are all part of what it means to be involved with CREST. I use this for if I'm preparing a message, for example. A sermon does not come to you nice and linear. Usually when you begin a sermon, you have one or two ideas that you want to do. Well, with the mind map, you write down what you already know, and then you start filling in the gaps, and your mind begins to create things not in linear fashion. You might come up with a conclusion first, and then you might come up with a middle point or with an illustration. And by having a mind map like this, you can just slot everything in its place as it's happening. In fact, what we want to do is show you an example in live action. John's going to show you how to actually do this, and maybe this will turn the lights on for you.
Mm-hmm. All right, welcome to XMind. This is the one that we prefer to use for our mind maps. And when you start a blank page or project, this is what it will look like. You'll have a default setting here with color and all that sort of stuff, but you can change it right off the stop by going to topic format, change the structure and the styles, the text, the color. You can change all those kinds of things. But we're going to just use the default for now. And let's start with our main topic, which is follow up from course 5. All right. So that is our main topic, because we've just finished course 5, and now we're trying to think, okay, what do I need to do yet to wrap that thing up? Okay, so when you are ready for a branch, then you just press tab. Once the main topic is highlighted, then you press tab and it goes to main topic 1. For us, let's say read through curriculum. All right, because we know that John and Dan do not cover all the information that's in the curriculum. And so we understand how important it is to read through the curriculum. So once we're done the course, we're actually going to do that again and read through it completely. All right, and we want to have that done, so highlight that and then tab it. And then we want to have that done by, say, June 1st. All right, enter, which saves it there. Now, because it's important, let's go to here to put a marker on it, and we'll give it a green flag. All right, so you just click on it, double click, and then it finds its way there. All right, let's go to a different one, back to the main one, tab it, and let's say, okay, let's deal with assignments. All right, and enter. Now, because John explained the assignment so well, we know exactly what we're supposed to do. So one of them is the playbook. So enter the playbook, and we want to have that playbook done by September 1. So we can give it some time. We'll enter that. Our next assignment is switch plan. And because this really resonated with us, we can't wait to get to it. So we're going to actually have that done by July 1. Before summer even starts, we're going to get that thing done. And then as we move on, we got the 6 hats experience. And let's just say we're going to have that done by August. So middle of summer, that seems like a good time to get some people together and do the 6 hats. Okay, so that's enough assignments. John may have given more, but this is all we're going to do. All right, so back to the main tab. Let's figure out another topic. And oh, we got some reading to do. And we're not really excited about reading, so let's just give it a little angry face there. And then reading. We're gonna get this done over the summer. So we're gonna have all the reading done for the next course through the summer, because we are planning to go camping in Balzac, and there's not much to do there, so we might as well read, but we're still angry about that. All right, now another one, last one. We need to deal with funding for the next course because we don't have that settled yet, and so we need to talk to Grandma. Because we need to get some money out of Grandma to help with this funding. And so there you have your follow-up from course 5. Now you may decide, actually, you know what, if this is an order of things, which it really isn't because you have the dates there, but I'm going to put this over here just because, you know, I want it front and center. I got to talk to Grandma. We got to get that money sorted. Oh, and it involves money, so we might as well put a little money sign there just because it's a picture and it looks pretty, and we can do it, so we might as well. So there we go. That's what a mind map can look like. It's brainstorming, so it doesn't have to be in order because you can change the order at the end, or when you're done, you can adjust the order of things. And we got the reading down here because we're angry about that. But we have to get it done. And so, but we're going to leave it to the end. Not recommended by CREST, but for example, yeah. Okay, so now you are really starting to enhance and streamline your productivity. You have your playbook, you have a way of organizing your stuff that comes at you every day. You've identified some projects out of that stuff that need attention, especially those ones that fit back into your playbook. Then you've gone ahead and mapped them out, just like we showed you. So now you have an overview of where you're going to go with it all. Perfect. Now there's one piece that we haven't talked about yet that is necessary to all this working properly. We'll cover that in the next video. See you there.